but deep down inside we all know it's wrong. And police going up to him, what are you doing? I'm praying in my head. Right, that's against the law, you're arrested.
We are seeing more and more now very, very clear cases of political prisoners of the government. There's another example, I'll move on to, and there's the final one I'm going to talk about is far more relevant. A lady called Livia Tosiki Bolt, a 63-year-old woman, former scientist, so this is a credible, middle-class woman, stood within what's called a buffer zone around an abortion thing, and she had a sign. I've seen the sign. It's a nice little sign. It just says, "Here to talk if you want to." She stood there silently holding that sign, and has been arrested and is going to court.
That is a mild case of this. People have been arrested for stood outside near abortion centres, saying nothing, holding nothing, and praying in their head. And police going up to them, what are you doing? I'm praying in my head. Right, that's against the law, you're arrested. We're so addicted to killing unborn babies that we don't want anyone interfering with the practice. So if we've got a woman going to murder her baby in her womb and there's people stood outside trying to talk her out of it, well, the state doesn't want that to happen. So therefore no one's allowed to do it. I'm for stopping the protests outside abortion clinics. Gangs of people turning up, causing problems. In America, some abortion clinics have been blown up. I don't want that type of protest, but we have the right to protest in this country, and we have the right to talk to people who are about to make a life-changing decision, that they're about to terminate the life of their child. If that's not a time where people need to be spoken to or have an option to be spoken to, then I don't know what we're doing.
I think for me the issue is not, and I think you and I have often talked about pro-choice, pro-life, or whatever it might be, and I'm still not decided on that issue after being brainwashed for decades in one particular direction. But I do now listen to both points of the argument. I think the point here is this dislocation between the ability for people who are opposed to it to put their case forward, to argue or whatever, and the unfettered right of people who are pro-abortion to say what they like, the hell they like. I don't understand how that is fair, because it's that is so partisan. It just does. It's kind of, and again, it's this concept that the left have of certain things being right, and we love liberty and freedom and all that sort of stuff, unless you don't agree with us.
Yeah. You only have to enforce things that are morally wrong.
Yes.
If it was morally right, you wouldn't have to enforce it, because people naturally would be inclined towards it, depending what society you're in and depending what we're talking about. But deep down inside, we all know abortion's wrong. We all know it. We may say, but it's an acceptable evil, or there might be times where it's the least evil choice. There's all different ways of looking at it, but deep down inside, we all know it's wrong.